You are one choice away from turning around to fulfill your destiny. That's a choice my friend from Kenya made. His name's Pastor Erick Simba. Erick grew up in the infamous Kibera slum in Nairobi. Kibera is Africa's largest urban slum, and conditions in this overpopulated, crowded wasteland are brutal. Most of the residents live in dire poverty, with few jobs, little chance for education, and rampant disease. Crime is widespread, and clean water is scarce. Erick Simba, though, didn't just grow up in Kibera. He grew up at the lowest level of society in Kibera. He was raised there with his 5 siblings, and they lived in a hut made from garbage, situated next to an open public toilet. It seemed there was no way for Erick Simba to break the altar of Baal. But God is the God of the impossible. There's no chain he cannot break. There's no night he cannot penetrate. There's no life he cannot turn around. And God in his mercy reached down to Erick Simba just like he reached down to Gideon and said, I'm going to pull you out and open a way for you to make an impact in your nation. So God opened the door for Erick to go to school. Erick received Jesus Christ and pursued his education with diligence. He attended the University of Nairobi and earned a diploma in social work and community development. He then went on to earn a degree in sociology and psychology. And Erick began to get blessed, and God was making a turnaround, and doors opened for Erick Simba to travel to the United States. And there he earned a master's degree in contextualized pastoral ministry. Hey, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. Erick had opportunities and open doors. He could have stayed in America and made money. He could have stayed in America and made a big name for himself. But Erick not only wanted to tear down the altar of Baal and destroy the impact in his own life, he wanted to tear down the altars and destroy the impact of the enemy in the lives of others. So he went back to Kibera. And in 2010, he launched Christian Best Camps Kenya, an organization aimed at providing spiritual, social, economic, and environmental transformation in Kibera and beyond. To date, over 20,000 children have received ministry and been served. And the outreach is now spreading to provide Christ-centered humanitarian aid throughout Kenya and beyond. Erick Simba, raised in the lowest level of the lowest slum, has been raised by God to lead a powerful movement in Kenya. Even now, he's on the forefront of helping to bring peace in the current political turmoil in Nairobi. Erick Simba could have felt intimidated. Who am I? Raised in Kibera. He could have felt afraid of what others would think. He could have been intimidated by Satan, but he tore down the altars and defied the imitation. And that's what God commands you to do. And you would start living for God so that you would build an altar of consecration to him. In view of God's mercy, he calls you today to identify the altar to Baal in your heart, destroy its impact, defy the intimidation, and build an altar to him, to love him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, to worship him with all you have and all you are.